Hey guys, welcome to this art video. So this is going to be a quick kind of speed painting video of all of the doodles, well, most of the doodles that I did for my club members for the February rewards for my club members. I don't say Patreon anymore because I left Patreon back in 2019, and I have something that I run like a Patreon on my own website that I call like the Joy Club. There's different tiers, but I call my members, my patrons, quote unquote, my members now, just because of that transition back in 2019. Anyway, so I have a reward tier where I do original doodles for my club members. So whoever pledged to me, they get an original doodle in the mail plus some stickers, and if they pledge to the higher tier, they get the doodle and a couple of other things. This for this cycle, it's going to be a cryptid zine. It's like a 6 or 8 page zine. I already forget that I did. They're gonna get a button, they're gonna get a print, and then they're also gonna get these doodles. So I do this every month. I've been doing it for a while, and it's one of the most enjoyable things that I'm able to do for like people who pledge to me or support me through that member spaces on Squarespace. And so the cryptid idea came from a member who suggested that I do something around cryptid. So that's when the idea generated, and from then on I created this whole like kind of zine, so a cryptid zine. And then for the doodles, I decided to do this kind of mythical, not kind of, but this mythical creature called the squonk. It's spelled S-Q-U-O-N-K. And on the Discord that I run for my club members, we started talking about some different cryptids, and somebody talked about the squonk. And I've never heard of that mythical creature or that cryptid, so I thought it was such a funny little creature. So according to the Cryptid wiki, the squonk is a mythical creature reputed to live in the hemlock forest of northern Pennsylvania. So it's if you look at the Cryptid wiki and the Google images of what a squonk looks like, I kind of went off the idea that it kind of looks like a pig, but there's different kind of descriptions of what a squonk looks like, and the different photos or images of what the squonk is drawn as, saying squonk is really delightful. According to the Cryptid wiki, the squonk is physically and actually a pig. Well, this is one iteration of the squonk. It's physically and actually a pig that's covered in warts, and it has cauliflower ears covered in wax and hair. It has tusks that are yellow and crooked, and its eyes weep constant tears. It has 4 legs, and it's just like constantly crying. If you try to catch one, according to this book, the squonk can dissolve to tears, and it just dissolves into this like puddle of tears. And when somebody told me on Discord about this cryptid, I thought it was such a delightful thing, so I'd include it into my zine. And recently an art pal suggested that I draw the squonk doing kind of mundane things like eating chips on the couch or like going grocery shopping, and so I decided that would be the doodles for everybody for the month of March, which is cryptid themed. Month of February. Sorry, I get confused with my date sometimes. So the month of February, my rewards are cryptid themed, and so the doodles are going to be this variations of the squonk. It's kind of funny, when I was drawing the squonk in the beginning, the earlier illustrations or drawings and sketches of this in this video, it looks less like a pig and a little bit more like some sort of pig, but as I kept drawing the squonk, it just looked more and more like a pig. So I was going to title this video like drawing the squonk multiple times, but it just looks like a pig. So it's just a really cute pig that's constantly crying these like big ghibli tears. And yeah, it was such an enjoyable kind of theme, and so thank you to my art pals and to my club members for suggesting and kind of encouraging me to do this drawing idea. It's just really fun. So yeah, I decided to film most of the doodles. I did 24 of these illustrations in watercolor, and all of these are going to go to my club members, and I hope they enjoy them. They go out randomly unless a club member sees something in advance and contacts me and says, I want this illustration, so I put it in their envelope before I send it off. So I'm packing everything up, and hopefully if you are a club member and you are waiting for the cryptid themed rewards, they're going to come to you soon. I'm packing them all up this week, and so you should receive them in the next 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully, depending on your postal service. I wanted to keep this video pretty short, even though I filmed tons and tons of footage of all the doodles that I made or drew. I didn't even film all of the 24 doodles that I did. I did half, and the rest I'm going to show you guys at the end in a slideshow, so don't worry. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the drawings themselves. It was really fun to do. I decided to go with just pure watercolor for this reward cycle. Sometimes I go with like really quick ink doodles in watercolor, sometimes just ink. Sometimes I really go all out and do like a small color pencil originals to send out. It depends on how much time I have to finish up the packages. Sometimes in the month I'm just too busy with work and I don't have enough time, but I really like to spend time on these doodles. One, because it's just a big thank you to the people who are supporting me on my club, you know, my Squarespace club. But it's also something that I've started quite a while ago, and I found that doing these small doodles every month really has made me a lot better when planning out small drawings like this. I don't keep a sketchbook. I don't draw every day on a sketchbook or something like that like other artists, because I get all my practice doing these doodles every month. And like I sit down, usually I would sit down and do these doodles a little bit throughout the week, but for this one, for all these squonks, I decided to do it in a day after. It just took me 2 days to finish all these illustrations. And I just noticed over time I've just gotten faster at doing them, even though I feel like this is a lot more work than I usually do because it's shaded and everything like that. But sketching, I've gotten really quick at sketching pencil, and I've gotten really good at doing my pencil sketches clean from the very beginning, so I don't have to trace or do anything like that, like any extra step. I have gotten rid of that just because of all the practice that I get from doing these doodles every single month. That's why I really am so, you know, I encourage a lot of artists or a lot of people who are drawing to work on a series of things, despite how, even though they're small like this, it just gets you in that mode where you finish something right away. Because finishing something, even if it's not perfect, it really teaches you a lot. And so like I said, throughout the time that I've been doing this, I just gotten rid of some steps, and I've drawn faster and faster every single time, despite not keeping a sketchbook to practice. Like I said, I don't like keeping a sketchbook. My practice is kind of like, I do an illustration and I finish it, and that's my practice. That's how I study. I don't study in a sketchbook with all these little sketches. I study with finished work, which is, I don't know, I guess it's just a different way of working. But anyway, I had a lot of fun doing these watercolor illustrations, and I'm kind of, it's kind of sad that, not sad, but I don't know if it's detrimental that all of this finished stuff that I'm doing are small. It's not a bad thing to draw small, but sometimes when I want to shift gears and draw something big, I don't know how to do it. I've tried many times to draw big illustrations, but I guess just because of the way I've been working for so long, I like to get things done really quickly. So small doodles and illustrations are better for me than big, you know, pieces of art. Maybe one day I can really just grind on working on bigger pieces, but for now I'm really enjoying just doing these small little practice or finished illustrations. And it's also nice to be able to share it with people and send it off instead of me keeping them and they're getting dusty in my closet just in like storage or something. But yeah, again, I really enjoyed drawing this squonk slash pig, and so we're gonna get into the slideshow of the rest of the illustrations, because again, I only filmed half of them. I didn't film everyone, and when I was editing this video, I didn't know how to edit it. I wasn't sure if I should include the whole thing and make it like a really long video, but I decided to go with a shorter one. So let's go through all the illustrations. So these are edited on Photoshop, so I've boosted the contrast and the saturation, so the colors are a little bit more saturated. In real life, they're a little bit more, they're lighter, they're more kind of pastel-like, so they have their own feel in real life, and it has its own feel digitally edited. So yeah, I'm just going through the crying squonk. I just wanted to make the tears as Ghibli big as possible, so I hope I achieved that. And what's your favorite illustration in the ones that I did? I think my favorite one might be, I'm trying to remember which one it was. I just like the ones in the squonk in a puddle of tears, but I also really like the one where the squonk is a chef and is cooking and cutting stuff. I think that's really cute. I also really like this heartbroken squonk who's on the phone looking at their ex while they're eating chocolates. I guess any of the squonks or pigs where they're eating and crying, it just reminds me a lot of that scene in Spirited Away where Chihiro was eating that rice bowl and she was just crying big tears. It's just such a formative clip in my childhood. Anyway, it's towards the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are interested in looking up my rewards in my members or my club members areas, I'll leave a link down below so you can maybe get a doodle like this in the future and suggest some ideas of what I should draw next. But again, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much to all my Doodle Club members, my Art Pal members, my Video Pal Club members, which is a new thing, and also to my Comic and Journal Club members. Just everybody who is supporting me through there. It really means a lot, and it's just so fun to share with you guys the stuff that they suggest to me to draw, and just, yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. So